Hello, hello. We're back playing a little more Old World Blues as Eagle Rock. It's been a little over 6 months since the end of the last episode. We went ahead and just waited until we could core all of this and build up our industry a bit so we could have a slightly less pathetic industry. Because, well, our next war is going to be a real... If we thought the last war was a real doozy, the next one is going to be even worse. Because we're probably going to have to fight Orobouros here, who is in a faction with Realm of Diana, and between the two of them, they're going to have about between 40 and 50 units. Whereas right now, we've got 14. Now, we've improved the quality of these units by a lot, but still, that is a big oof, and we still have not recruited anything other than just regular infantry. We're recruiting more regular infantry, but we've been working on getting our equipment up so that we can get motor regiments going and special ops divisions out into the field, while still working on our focus tree. Mainly got most of our branch offices set up already and went down the industry tree a little bit. But right now, working on getting that automated systems. The air mission efficiency is fine, but the 10% extra recruitable population is even better. That's what we really came here for. Now we split up the men we had. So 4 of the infantry divisions that were previously under the Air Marshal now are under Mr. Pello here, who kind of sucks, but we don't have a lot of experienced leaders, unfortunately, to draw from, considering we were building this army pretty much from the ground up. But for him, we're now recruiting the 1st and 2nd Altona Infantry. And as soon as we've got a little more equipment in the stockpile, we'll start recruiting some spec ops as well. Because the idea is, if/when we go to war with Orobouros here, we're going to want to get across this river as soon as we can, so that we can kind of lure units in to, all this open land here, get encirclements, kill, then hold the line. Alright, well, we maintain at least air parity, if not air superiority. We're gonna need to get more blimps in the field, but they take a while, hence why we've put 5 mils on them. The only other thing that's got more than 5 mils on it is just basic infantry equipment right now. So it's gonna take some time to build up still. It's probably gonna be at least springtime before we can really launch that. Plus we gotta take a focus for it anyways. So a couple focuses actually, because we can dispute the territory and demand it rather than just declare war, which we might build up our forces and then see if that'll work. But either way, we're going to set this focus out and keep recruiting and start preparing for the next bit of conquest. Alright, we just finished automated systems for the recruitable population factor. We're going to go ahead now and go down skyscrapers and then higher education here. Not just for the building slots and state population, but for the research slot. We need to scale up fast, and that's going to be the best way to do it. Now we've put out
Haven't had a decent meal in
of
weeks.
training the 1st and 2nd Altana Infantry, but we're going to wait just a little bit to recruit more because we're waiting to build up our spec ops equipment a little bit more, and we've got enough motorized, but I want to get a few more of these scrap trucks that we researched while we were in the in-between produced. We're almost up to one a day, so those will start cranking out soon. Give it a couple weeks and we'll have enough to make 2 motorized divisions. Just also got to make sure that we stay in the black as far as our fire team demolitions and anti-tank equipment, since not just our infantry are set up to use them now, but I already put them into our other divisions that are going to start being recruited as well soon. So, little more build up. Alright, it's now January. We've finished skyscrapers. We're going in on higher education, and we've begun the recruitment of the 1st and 2nd Motor Infantry Regiments, and the 1st Special Service Regiment. Though, we need to produce a little bit more spec ops equipment for that one. And finally, we're starting to see above 50% stability. It's beautiful. We love to see it. But it's going to take time to recruit enough troops where I'm comfortable starting this war. So I don't know if springtime is going to be it, or if we're going to have to wait longer. We shall see. Alright, it's the end of February. We just finished the higher education focus to get a research slot. We're going to take wind farms real quick for the resources, and let's put that new research slot on industry. We got our 1st motorized and special forces divisions out in the field now, and we are now recruiting 2 more infantry for the 2nd Army. And then as soon as we have enough equipment, we'll start recruiting more for the main force as well. Alrighty, we went ahead and finished that last focus, so we're gonna start in on these here to be able to demand land from Orobouros via the cores that used to be the old bones and the sleepers. We'll go ahead and get both of those while we keep building up here. We're up to what, 13 and 8, so versus their 20 to 43, I'm guessing that's a little closer to 20, and probably a little closer to 20. Looking between 40 and 50 enemies to fight. So we're gonna have to scale up times large. More infantry, more motorized, especially more motorized, so that we can try and do some funny little encirclements. Do some funny, but unfortunately we need to catch up a lot in production that way. But we are building more civs so that we can construct more mills. The vicious cycle continues. And though it is April 2279, I think declaring this war already would be a soupy slide, so we're going to wait and continue to scale up our army. Alright, well we finally finished those 2 focuses. Deep Mines and Extinction, in which we can demand territory from Orobouros. We've started on War Games, so we can get our land doctrine started sometime this playthrough. Our actual, like, technology land doctrine, meaning this one. We're gonna do conventional warfare. Specifically go down the trooper warfare path. And we've recruited a few more men. We're up to 10 infantry in the 2nd Army. I've yet to name that army. And now, the Marshal's army here is 15 units, and we've got another motorized in training right now. We might as well at least see if they're going to deny it or not. If not, we just get a free war goal anyways. If so, it's like, oh, no, I get a free war goal that I don't have to use immediately. I don't think they're gonna just give it to me. I would think not. What about if I, ask for the other one? Oh, yippee, another mill. What do we need most right now? That is the question. I mean, the one we're suffering the most for right now is Spec Ops equipment. I can always change that to something else later. So we'll go ahead and put it on Spec Ops equipment, and then once we're back in a heavy surplus of that, I intend to recruit one more Spec Ops division. We can switch that over to just guns, so we can get that going. Though we decided to ahead of time start researching common weaponry, battle rifles, so we can get the next level of infantry equipment. I think we're gonna go with high caliber ammunition for our fire teams, which will give them a small bonus to soft attack, hard attack, and piercing. Otherwise, if we went with low caliber ammunition, we would actually lose hard attack and piercing, but we would gain a lot more soft attack. We'll spend the XP to make that a little bit quicker, and keep up our industry research. That being a little bit important right now, a little bit important. Now we've got a good amount of money right now. We could just go ahead and like do a big investment here. We already did one of them with grain solicitations, which is getting us more stability, more monthly population. Or, since we've got all but one of our branch offices set up now, we could buy a lot more equipment. Could buy some more shotguns from the Texas Brotherhood. Buy some more support equipment, because we don't produce a ton of it ourselves. And laborers right now is not on here, but I always do that one because it just gives you free manpower and population, basically. Well, free. Costs money, but you're trading money for population. Alright, good. And then I think we'll wait this one out and start doing the the focus for claims on the rest of Ouroboros' territory, so that it won't be such a pain in the ass to core it once we've got it, because that was the thing that was a massive pain with Uintas. It took me a long time to core all this. Alright. So once again, we've got to just keep scaling up and waiting a little bit. Alright, we just finished up the War Games focus. Now we've got a choice. I was gonna do Rumored Eugenicists next for the war goal on Orobouros, but we already have one, so I was thinking of doing power armor here. Should give us intermediate power armor tech. It's not something that's going to benefit us as much in the immediate as special forces, but in the long run, it's going to benefit us a lot. Now we're also recruiting another special forces regiment and 3 more infantry. We gotta pump them numbers up if we're gonna win against Ouroboros and Diana. I was kind of hoping that Linnaeus would be going in on them a little quicker, but you know what? If we gotta take them down, we gotta take them down. And then we can deal with Linnaeus later. It's taking all of this would be a massive power boost, especially once it's all cored. It'd be ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I think we're gonna go ahead of time on miniaturized circuitry. Get that research speed ASAP. So we can really start getting ahead of time, because with the amount of branch offices that we have now, literally working on setting up our last possible one right now, we can start going down peculiar vendors, which will allow us to get some crazy stuff. You know, sophisticated electronics and industry, Zax computer, mini nukes, vertibird schematics, sophisticated infantry, plasma weaponry, Gauss weaponry, and upgrades for our power armor, special forces, cybernetics, all that cool stuff. I'm not sure we'll use all of it, but we'll definitely use a decent portion of it. We've still got plenty of manpower to be recruiting with, so we're just gonna keep training up men. Oh, here we go. Mexico Trade Expedition Log. Our final one down in Mexico is set up. Allegedly, the Republic of the Rio Grande is a pre-war nation that still continues to survive in the nearly 200 years since the Great War. As such, they have a solid political and, more importantly for us, economic base. Although we can't exactly speak Spanish, though some of our merchants are certainly trying to learn to barter more effectively, our branch office has been successfully set up. Let's just hope that freaky AI in the south doesn't cause too much trouble. Yeah. But what does that let us buy now that we couldn't before? I'm not seeing anything on the list that was not what we could buy before, but hey, you know what? We'll live, considering that is now, with all these branch offices, that is now 143,000 caps passive income, meaning that we now every quarter get 190.9 thousand caps. Now, we're still trying to also continue to develop the Eagle Rock economic node. It is currently at level 4 and 64% of the way towards level 5. But, we'll also, you know, assuming we win, we'll also take the level 10 node at Orobouros, and the penitentiary is also a level 5 node, so that will continue to make us a capitalistic powerhouse. But we've got to win. We've got to win to get it. Which means we need to crank up our air power too. We have enough blimps in surplus now that we can put another wing of blimps into training. I'd like to have maybe 1 or 2 more of those for sure. But for now, we continue to bide our time. Alright, we finished up the power armor focus. We could do another one of these to get some free motorcycles. But I think we're going to do the construction speed and supply efficiency ones, and then we're going to go in on Orobouros. Or at least take the focus to get the war goal for their territories, and not just the territories they've taken. Now, the Iron Alliance, now the Iron Knightdom, has allied with Lanius. And we're gonna go ahead and start researching power armor. So that eventually, keyword eventually, we can start fielding some men in power armor. Based on what's on my border, I'm really not liking the odds here. Really not. We're gonna have to really pull all of our tricks out to make this happen. But we'll wait, we'll get through those couple focuses to improve our supply efficiency and construction speed, and then we'll see how it goes, huh? Alright, well, we finished the rotostats focus, and we're almost done with the supply carriers focus. We just got common weaponry, which we will call the Eagle Rock Arms Model 79 Battle Rifle. Gotta keep the LARP up, you know? What is the point of even playing this game if you're not LARPing? And then I think we're going to look at our support techs here. And I think something's up. I think something's a bit fishy because Orobouros recently moved a bunch of divisions away from my border, which leads me to assume that they're probably about to fight somebody, either the Khans or Lanius and the Iron Alliance. Either way, I think we should strike first, since the border with us is weaker now. I think we should prepare for war. I say, F it, we do it live. Hit them while our border with them is weak. Even if our fort line isn't quite finished. But hey, that's something we'll have to deal with, right? I say, screw it.
Hello, sir.
Time for a fight. Especially when you leave a juicy part of your border with me undefended. Will we end up regretting this as they start coming back to fight us? And as Diana's troops start showing up? Probably. Probably. But if we can get a good front line going before Diana's forces get here and before the rest of Ouroboros' forces get here, we'll be in a much better position. Here come Diana's forces already. What a mess of a front line this is already. We are gonna have to fix this. We're gonna have to fix this front line ASAP.
What's up?
What in the...
What's up?
What is wrong with this front line? Please. Oh, of course the Air Marshal gets wounded.
Hello?
Of course the Air Marshal gets wounded immediately. Ha 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 ha. Of course.
I've got this one. Sir.
Let's link up the front lines if we can. And push them back as much as we can as well.
Hey.
Can we overrun this? No. No, we can't.
Hey there.
But we can keep pushing them.
What's up?
Push to link the front lines and shorten our overall front line. How's the air looking? Kino. Air's looking great.
What's up?
And we can probably trap a large number of their forces here. Well, I don't know. That's pretty large. Yeah, that's pretty large. We got one trapped right here. But we can trap more. If we can... We're not going to be able to push them right there. I need to completely unass this front line. No, except for you. You keep killing. You just keep killing, sir. Try and build us up some supply in the little bit that we've managed to push them here.
Hello, sir. Haven't had a decent meal in weeks. Haven't had a decent meal in weeks. Hello, sir.
Need to keep this front line a-moving. We can't let them get us bogged down here. Oh, you buffoons. You maroons. Okay, we'll break ourselves out of that little Bobo encirclement here. No, I need you to pin. I need you to pin. Reorg a little bit and then hit him, pin him again. Come on. Yeah, they're getting all their forces out of there. Well, gee golly dang it. To put it lightly. Need you to pin, sir. Thank you. Pin, sir, for the pincer. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. I know, I'm just full of jokes today. I'm just a silly little guy.
Sir?
We've got another encirclement now. We'll get the actual claims on the Orobouros territory itself. Get our next level in radio tech.
Sir?
But video's gonna kill the radio star. Why would you even research that? Okay, that's about to be
Hello?
3 more of their divisions gone. Done and dusted in the south. The blimp Kaz is coming in clutch here.
Hey there.
Yeah, let's keep building infrastructure behind us so that we hopefully don't run into supply issues here. There we go, we're breaking them down in the south big time.
Hey.
We're taking Orobouros itself.
Hello?
Massive infantry push from the south will make them cap.
Sir? Hey.
Now we just need to exploit this. Kill as many of them as we can before they can possibly retreat.
Sir?
And then get a better front line going. If we're going to research one of these ahead of time and spend the XP on it, let's do heavy machine guns. Good old Mother Deuce. Mother Deuce will teach you better lessons than Mother Goose, that's for sure. I'll see if I can really quickly snipe these 3 guys up there.
Hey there.
We cannot let them get out of here alive, boys.
Hello?
We cannot afford to let them regroup. Bing bong.
Sir?
Just keep pushing. Reckless offensive at this point. You know, they call me reckless and offensive sometimes.
Hello, sir.
And not just because I'm reckless on the offensive, I'm recklessly offensive.
Sir?
Alright, looks like we're not going to get these guys killed. So, as soon as these guys perish, we're going to have to completely reform our front line here. Brilliant. Beautiful. Alright.
Decent meal in weeks.
You guys pile in up there.
Hello?
And you guys right here. No, we don't need to be pushing right now. Let everybody regroup. Let everybody get back together. We gotta get the boys back together. We're definitely hitting some equipment deficits right now, but we'll pour some of these temporary captured mills into the stuff that's suffering most. And reevaluate our plan here, and I'll decide on a course of action that be most suitable. Alright, it is now the 19th of February. We just let a few troops get in position. We are just going to attempt
Decent meal in weeks.
to
What's up?
break their forces in the south
Sir?
quickly. Once again, shorten the line. We'll apply pressure in the north, but I'm not expecting to make as massive of a breakthrough as quickly up there, just due to the fact we've got less numbers in the north.
Hello, sir.
They immediately went on last stand, which is not great. But hopefully we'll be able to keep up
What's up?
a decent offensive tempo here.
Haven't had a decent meal in weeks.
Alright, some of these units are already suffering strength big time. Let's see. After all those encirclements and everything, Diane only has 10 to 15 divisions left in the field.
Haven't had a decent meal.
So we need to keep up the tempo before she's able to get more
Hey,
recruited
what's up?
to replace her losses. There we go. There's our claim on Orobouros. And this will be our claims on Black Rock Canyon, aka what used to be Black Rock Canyon,
Hey,
which is now Realm of Diana. Because it seems like the AI of Black Rock rarely wins against Diana. Looks like we'll get another encirclement here, possibly. Yes.
hello. Hello.
4 more of Diana's goons fall.
Hello.
Keep on pushing, keep on pushing. I know you're deorged, but keep on pushing.
Hello. Hey there.
These guys can handle the encirclement just fine. They already are.
Hello.
Oh, take the penitentiary, please. Please.
Sir. Hey. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
There we go. Now we can start. Now we can start doing a little silly.
Hello. Hey there. Sir.
Oh, these front lines are always a mess.
Hey.
These front lines always end up a dang old mess in these mountains. For now, just infrastructure, infrastructure, infrastructure. We're gonna need it. Now. Let's try and get a little caught up on our power armor tech. Since we've got intermediate power armor tech, we might as well begin to prepare to use it. Our blimps are suffering a little bit.
Hello, sir.
So one thing I've noticed is that the blimps, the airships, die really easy. They're good, but they die really easy. Which is kind of boo-boo fart.
Hello.
Alright, a little encirclement up here.
Sir. Hey.
And another one up here by the boat.
Hello.
Brilliant, they're not gonna have anybody left to fight us by the time we're done.
Hey.
By the time we're done, it's gonna be a leisurely stroll through the rest of their territory. We love to see it.
Hey.
And 5 more of them going down to Mole Town
Hey there.
permanently.
Sir. Hello, sir. Sir.
Alright. Let's start
Sir.
moving our men towards Vault 27. Oh, and Mr. Pello leveled up. We're going to be giving him more motorized later, so we're going to give him lead foot for motorized. Motorized stats.
Hey. What's up?
And let's go ahead, let's peel some of these guys off.
Hello.
To guard up there, and yeah, we don't need all these dang old dinguses down here. If anything, they're just, a lot of them are just wasting supply down here. And overstacking the front line. Which is no good.
Sir. What's up?
That's straight up no good.
Hey there.
I mean, at this point, we could probably just battle plan the rest of this war, but I don't wanna. I wanna fight for every inch of territory I get. Bish. I'll put one more on Blimp.
Sir.
We're gonna. Aw, I thought we were gonna beat her there. Unfortunate,
Sir.
but oh well. We'll just keep pushing them.
Hello.
We'll just keep on pushing. Keep on pushing till we're at capitulation. I'm very glad this one ended up not nearly as much of a slog as Uinta, solely because we're far better prepared. How close are you to Capit? 60, only 63%. Wow. Well, we better keep on taking territory then.
Hey. What's up? Haven't had a decent meal in weeks.
start just mad rushing for our victory points here.
Sir. Hello, sir. Hey there.
Ooh, what's going on down in Legion territory? I saw that NCR was having a little civil conflict, but kind of figured that the Legion would be a little weaker with Linnaeus breaking off to kind of do his own thing. Saying like, hey, I've got my own Legion with blackjack and hookers.
Hello.
You know what, Dad? I'll make my own Caesar's Legion.
Hey there. What's up?
Alright. We're gonna just have our guys start making mad dash for VPs now.
Hey. Sir. What's up? Hello.
Yes, please just walk yourself into this, definitely not a trap that I've set for ye. Definitely not a trap you're just walking into. Oldest trick in the book, the old Genghis Khan, leave an opening and let them walk into it and then surround them. They fall for it every time. Been working for 800 plus years.
Hey.
Actually, really, that tactic's a hell of a lot older than the Mongol Empire, but... Oh, what is this? In an event that many had thought was an impossibility, the mighty Caesar has succumbed to a previously disguised brain tumor. The Legion has been paralyzed by the loss of their demigod leader, and already cracks are beginning to emerge in an army once thought to be invincible. The death of Caesar has highlighted a critical issue in the Legion, his succession. Caesar did not name an heir for his vast empire, be it due to his arrogance in believing his health would never deteriorate, or the major mistrust he had in his devout followers. Nevertheless, the bull has been left without a head, and many replacements are already circling the throne. Though it is impossible to say who will ascend to become the new Caesar, a few figures are expected to stake their claim, chief among them being Caesar's legates. Aurelius of Phoenix, greatest of the Centurions, and one of Caesar's most aggressive soldiers. His reputation for ruthlessness and aggressive tactics has won him much praise amongst the Legion. Should he rise to the title of Caesar, many would expect a great horde to follow him on a conquest of the southern wastes. But a few worry about his tolerance for the vices and acceptance of non-legionnaires in his forces. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, stinky. Now who knows? He could be a great enemy or a moderately tolerated trade partner. Far enough away I don't need to worry about it yet. That's how I put it. Far enough away that it's not my problem at the moment. And that's what I'm most concerned about, is my problems at the moment. Alright. I think now that we've got all the claims on the territory we're going to be taking right now, we'll grab these resource and airship production foci.
Had a decent meal in weeks.
While the rest of our army just runs down ghosts here. At this point, we can definitely safely just do a little bit of that, and do the same thing with the other boys here. Just take it all, gentlemen, take it all. Eagle Rock must grow larger. Eagle Rock will be a great power in the wastes, or won't exist.
Hello?
Wait, did I just paraphrase Funny Mustache Man? Womp womp. Womp womp. Alright. We'll go ahead and improve our radar and keep making sure we keep up with industry tech. We've already got better industry than most just due to being able to get to that tech level. But
Hello, sir.
we really want to stop being a little bobo power and become a great power. And for that, well,
What's up?
we need to take every advantage we can.
Hey there.
Every advantage we can get. Okay, you gonna cap sometime? Ever? Please?
Sir.
Actually,
What's up?
just manually make all these guys
Sir.
push and take every little scrap of territory if that's what it's gonna take.
What's up? Hey there.
Come on, boys, let's go finish them off. Okay, we're doing all right on our blimps at least now. That's good. Good.
Hello, sir.
The problem is the next people we gotta fight is gonna be the Iron Alliance and Lanius. Which, yeah, Lanius alone has over 40 units in the field. And Iron Alliance has somewhere between 20 and 30. So once we core this territory that we've taken, we're gonna have to do a lot of military expansion and build up yet again to take them out. Though I know at this point we'll have the technological advantage. However, Iron Alliance has power armor too. So we're gonna have to be very careful.
Haven't had a decent meal in weeks.
Very, very careful.
What's up?
Are you really gonna make me take every single bit of your territory before you cap? Like, I'm getting your economic nodes back before you've even capitulated. There we go. There we go. Now I'm gonna put you guys on the border with the Iron Alliance for right now.
Haven't had a decent meal in weeks.
I'm gonna put the main force with the Marshal back over here for now. Hey, there we go. There we go. And look at how much money we made. Look at how much money we made. To the point where I could just buy more blimps. But instead we're going to keep buying more manpower, resources, research speed, guns. Actually, decent ones. Oh yeah, straight up research bonuses too. And we'll take these two to get our stability back up. And we could just... Oh, yeah, look at that. We're gonna restore the nuclear plant. Since now, at least for now, we're not going to have to fight another immediate war. But we can give out some medals to units that have performed exquisitely in their duties in that war. Of course, the fifth, the Northern Watchman. First Motor Infantry actually got 2. First Special Service Regiment gets 1. 4th Motor Infantry gets 1. They're going to get the Legion of Honor for the supply consumption. 2nd 9 Mile Ranch Infantry. They're going to get Reconnaissance and Division Defense. And the second Special Service Regiment, Eagle Rock's finest, got 3 medals. Excellent. Excellent, gentlemen. Excellent. Yeah, screw yourself, guy. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. And heavy machine guns. Beautiful, the progress we're making here. Actually gonna go for grenade rifle first. Since we use less anti-tank than we use, well, everything else in our inventory of support weapons. Oh. The Tejas has fallen. Rest in pepperonis, my friends. Hopefully, maybe someday Eagle Rock will liberate you. Because that's, cringe. And the White Claws are going a little nuts. Formerly White Legs, now the White Claws, because they have, atrociously good taste in alcohol, right? Are going nuts conquering the other tribes. They yeeted New Canaan into the stratosphere, and, we might have to deal with that at some point, too, which is why I'm not too keen to put everybody on the Iron Alliance Lanius side border yet. But we'll see how things go. But for today, I think that's about where we're going to leave it off. So thank you very much for coming out. Be sure to leave a like, maybe even a comment, and maybe even subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.